Hey, you are listening to Recess. Today we are talking to two decision makers in the F&B industry about dining in for fully vaccinated individuals in certain states in Malaysia. I'm your host, Kessyl.
And I'm SueLyn. Let's go! Today on the show, we have Jeremy and Michelle with us. Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
So Jeremy is the founder of Urban Daybreak, a popular brunch spot with outlets in Penang and KL, while Michelle is a marketing manager for MyLaksa with almost a dozen outlets across Malaysia.
Just last week, the government announced that fully vaccinated individuals in phase 2 and 3 states can be allowed to dine in at restaurants. What are your thoughts on this?
On this matter, we actually, for MyLaksa, we actually feel that at this point of time, it would be a better thing to actually look at our employee safety first, because our employee safety is our priority. And without having our employees' safety in check, it would actually affect our customers. So as much as we love our customers to come back, at the moment right now, definitely getting our employees fully vaccinated would be our main priority.
Well, for us, it's definitely a good news. All of us, we just can't wait to live back our normal lives, be back to normality. But also at the same time, we have to be very careful. We cannot be reckless and also be responsible. That's our take for the moment.
Okay. Michelle, I see that most of MyLaksa outlets are located in malls. So how are you guys dealing with this new rule?
Okay, so a majority of MyLaksa outlets are in malls and hypermarkets. At the moment, we are thankful that these malls and hypermarkets, they have not been pressuring us to reopen Dine-In, because I think they are also very wary of the situation at the moment. But another good thing is that during this pandemic, it has given us a chance to actually take a step back and then relook into our locations. And we've been looking into a lot of shop lock concepts. We do have our first shop lock concept ready already in Lakefield, Sungai Besi at the moment. Yeah.
Jeremy, it's interesting because you own restaurants in both states, KL and Penang, both under different phases. And over the weekend, you guys decided to open up the branch in Penang just to, quote unquote, test waters. How was it like?
Okay. So actually we did it was because we had inquiries, we have calls coming in saying that, hey, can we do dine-in? So we just wanted to give it a try and see how's the response. It was good. We are doing at 20% capacity. To my surprise, people are coming out. And of course, we are very, very, very careful on that.
And was it comfortable for your employees to serve the customers as the cases we see in Penang, they continue to rise?
Well, as of now, most of our staff, all of them has had their first dose. So in a matter of few days, some of them will have their second dose. And then by first week of September, all will be fully vaccinated for the ones in Penang. So right now, everyone's eager to get back on their feet. You know, it's been 90 over days. Everyone just sitting down, doing nothing. They are back on their feet. Just be careful, 20% capacity. And we are not rushing it. As any time we feel uncomfortable, we will actually close it down.
What's the struggle you guys are facing as like business owner and as a business marketing manager, as this concept is allowed but not encouraged?
I would say that the struggle right now is actually for MyLaksa, because we are in 9 states across the country. So every state has its own different ruling, and we have to follow the local municipal ruling as well, and not just what is mandated by the government. So I think that is probably one of our biggest challenges, because we have to ensure that every outlet is following the same SOP, even though the SOPs in each state are not the same. So, I mean, you know, because Malaysian customers are also sometimes like, oh, it's not fair. How come they can dine in there, but we can't dine in here? Yeah, so we do get that a lot, but we do try our best. best to see what we can do. And if it's possible, we would try to give that dining experience to our customers again as soon as possible.
And what about you, Jeremy?
Sorry, Kessyl, I missed that question again. I'm so sorry about that.
So it's like, what a struggle you're facing as this concept is allowed but not encouraged as a business owner?
The concept of
Dining in.
But not encouraged.
Yes.
I would say it's something that we have to live on. I mean, the sentiment right now is everyone is scared. But, as business owners, as also someone in the society, we have to start living back the life. So in our motto, we try to encourage everyone in our team to be positive and to live life post-COVID. So, take China was the first one with coronavirus, and then countries in Europe and America. America is ready to go on without face masks. People are out dining in. The Euro, everyone is there, sports event. So for Malaysia, the fear is still there, but then we have to encourage everyone to live back the life.
So you've mentioned about the vaccination, Jeremy, and Michelle, you've also mentioned about the different municipal SOPs. So what do you think about the SOPs that customers should be fully vaccinated to dine in, but not the employees? Should the customers be concerned?
Definitely customers should be concerned because for us, as we are customers ourselves, we wouldn't want to be, fully vaccinated, but then go into an outlet that we are served by people who are not fully vaccinated. So taking that into consideration and also our employees' safety, this is something that I feel that it should be something that is equal for all. That basically in order to serve, we must ensure that we cover everything 100% before we even allow our customers. Because in this pandemic, all it takes is one. So it could change into a cluster very quickly. What we've seen, and thankfully not our experience at the moment, but we don't hope to experience that. Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah. Talking about this, we are actually really, really thankful. Struggle of 18 to 19 months, we only had one case. Whereas, we have avoided as much as we could. But for right now, there's actually a problem. The problem is for states that is going through a phase 2, the vaccination rate is not as rapid as the ones in Klang Valley. So you see there is a strike of imbalance. If you're saying in KL, the vaccination rate is so high, whereas in Penang, it's still very low. So what earlier could have been done a better way, which is they could have actually tried to give aside from the frontliners, people in the service industry, the tourism, the F&B, they should be given the priority for the vaccine first. So for all this, government is trying to kickstart the economy for everyone. So, life could go back to normal. But this is something that we have missed out, but we just have to live with it. So, yeah.
All right. So as businesses, what can you do to make customers feel safer to dine in?
As businesses, definitely our role here is to ensure everything is safe for customers because we want to give them like the dining experience again. It's something that everyone misses, and it's something that we ourselves miss as well. So definitely for this, we are ensuring that we adhere to all SOPs, making sure everything is clean, everything is sanitized regularly. Of course, for the vaccination part of things, but even with vaccination, we also ensure that all our employees are taking a test every month or so that we ensure that, even though you're vaccinated, but there is a chance of you getting COVID as well. So this is something that concerns us, and definitely regular testing and ensuring the safety of everyone is our priority.
I couldn't agree more with Michelle. Everything that she has said is something that we will adhere to and something that we will do. Yeah.
And we all know that in this pandemic, F&B is badly affected. And just back in May, actually restaurant owners are pleading for the government to allow dine-in. Back then in May, cases were at 4,000 cases per day. And citing data from some 300 clusters, according to Free Malaysia today, that actually among this cluster, only 0.96% came from restaurants, whereas compared to factories with the almost 39% and 15% from the community. And then they are saying that back in May that allowing restaurants to operate had not proven to have a large impact on viral transmission. But right now it's like the government allow, but people are still scared to open. And actually, I've contacted a few restaurants in Penang who has already opened, but they're afraid to come on the show because they are so scared of backlash. So what are your thoughts on this?
Okay. Well, for us, definitely, we were actually quite grateful for the no dine-in mandate, because for us, definitely, we have like over 100 employees, so it's very difficult to actually keep track, and especially if like human nature, we have the tendency to not tell until things get serious. So taking all of that into consideration, definitely if back then they allowed dine-in, cases would probably be much higher right now. So for that, we are thankful. And I also see it as a blessing in disguise, because honestly, by not allowing dine-in and all that, it has actually helped Malaysians adapt much faster to online delivery, through ordering things online. This is something that China has already done like years ahead of us. And it took a pandemic for Malaysia to actually catch up rapidly. So I would say in that sense, like it is kind of a blessing in disguise.
Back to the question of, dine-in is not allowed to open, whereas the other sectors are allowed to open, which is contributed to the cases and everything. What is done is done. Of course, definitely there should be a full lockdown. The first 2 weeks has been wasted. They should be more strict. But then at the same time, I don't think Malaysia is ready for a full lockdown. So these are the decisions from the government that we see. It's not just for the people in F&B, but I'm very, very sure it's for the whole of the nation. So if we were to do a full lockdown, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. So the service industry, the F&B will take the bullet first, whereas the rest will still keep the economy running and people will still order the food and we will do the delivery. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jeremy and Michelle, for coming on the show and just sharing your thoughts on this issue and being so open about how you are dealing this as a restaurant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Take care. Have a good day.